Oh man.
But no, so like I see a lot of people make excuses.
Yeah.
And like we did touch on it. Like we're all normal people here. Nobody here is like some rich millionaire. All of us are working. We do this on the outside. And so when I see people and they're like, "Oh, it must be nice to have rich parents," and yes, some people do have rich parents that help them get, a
Yeah,
further
I'm
ahead
sorry.
in
Not
life.
everybody is a Rothschild. Sorry.
Yeah, but like we're out here when we're doing these
I
things. There's
wish I
people
was. If
who
you're adopting, let me know.
I don't know if I'd want to be in there. You'd got to probably drink kids' blood or something.
Some
I've
of
heard
them
rumors.
are. I think some of them are just like proxies.
I've heard rumors.
What
I
is
don't
that?
know.
So like they just survive. They just live in their fucking mansion
Oh,
and they just live. That's it.
well, probably wouldn't be too bad, I guess.
It doesn't sound bad at all. Shit. Wait, you telling me I could play video games all along?
That's it. That's
Like
really that
all
is
day long, I could just sit in my mansion, play video games, and just exist?
that's the cheat code. Become a
Wow.
Rothschild.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, that's
it.
not a bad cheat code at all.
That's not bad. It's not too bad.
Hey, it's better than some of the GTA cheat codes.
You're right. Right.
My God.
That's like forever infinite weapon cheat.
The infinite life cheat.
Infinite no wanted level cheat. Dude, that would be awesome.
Infinite ammo cheat.
Infinite money glitch.
Pretty much is.
But no, see, like I go on TikTok, like I say about the financial freedom shit, and so many people they want to use these excuses, and it's they don't have free money. Oh, I don't have rich parents,
Yep.
or I wish it's just so easy to drop ship. But these people don't take action.
Yep.
So like when people are like,
Yo, I swear to God, we can't get past like two sentences without without losing our shit and going off topic and talking about some stupid shit like GTA glitch.
it just happens,
Speaking about money,
Today, we're going to be talking about some financial freedom and what it could mean for you.
Yep. We're going to be hitting this topic pretty hard. This is something that's going to be very important. And if you don't know about it, if you don't care about it, well, you should know about it, and you will know about it by the end of this episode, and you should start caring about it because if it is going to affect you guys. Let's get right into it. Ant?
Yeah, we're going to get into a couple of banks that are making big changes that could mean big things for everyone.
Yeah, just to name it basically really quick, CBDC is something that you should get familiar with. Citibank, JP Morgan Chase is something you should get familiar with if you're not already familiar with it. That's a bank that is pretty famous. And then FedNow is something that you should get familiar with. We're going to talk about all of that stuff, and we're going to hit all of those pretty hard, and we're going to hit them with facts and also our thoughts and opinions on it. What are you thinking?
Let's get into it.
Bank will transform customers' deposits into digital tokens that can be sent instantly anywhere in the world.
Oh, it's not even an incentive anymore. It's like no choice. If you're with Citibank, guess what? You're doing this. So there is no choice. Again, this is them.
No, there is no choice.
Taking away the options.
So it is basically baked into their system. So you can even like create a separate like wallet or whatnot. That's not an option. They don't offer you that option. And at the moment, what was said was basically they're offering it to what was it? The business clients only. That's a goddamn joke. Before you know it, they're offering it to business clients only. Just like we didn't even know about when the hell they rolled everything out, FedNow and whatnot. By the way, FedNow is the foundational structure for
the digital currency.
For the digital currency.
Yeah, that didn't make news.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, of course. Please show me the headlines that was covering this. This is huge, and why is it not being covered in the mainstream media?
Yeah, you might have found it like in an article somewhere, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what FedNow is, you should, again, anybody who's watching, definitely look up, do a little research on FedNow. Like you said, this is the borderline basis of what is going to be the replacement that they're assuming in the future for the Federal Reserve Bank. No longer be paper, now be digital.
Yeah, and the Federal Reserve basically rolled this Fed Now system in, what was it? I believe it was July 20th, and no coverage. There was no coverage of this, and the people that. So let me just say who is basically. Let me just read off the sectors or the different areas who are being affected by this, who is going to be basically using this first. Let me see. Where are we going?
Where'd it come from? Where'd it come from? Cotton
Yeah,
Eye Joe.
So if people haven't already caught on,
before I find
basically
see
this
this.
if this system rolls out, then it's total control over all of your
yeah,
spending. It's all trackable. And basically, this is going to lead to what China has already, and which is the social credit score. So you say something wrong, now
Now
you
you
now you
don't.
can't take the train.
Yep.
oh yeah, that's another thing. That's that ESG. We'll go over ESG too, to be honest. But before I list all of the other things, here's another thing that basically, banks customers won't even know that they're using the instant payment. Can you believe that shit? It's like when they rolled it out,
It'll just be there.
it'll just be there. Like
The business get to know,
the
but
businesses, yeah, but
when it comes to the normal customers, it's just automatically a thing.
it's automatically a thing. It's automatically implemented, and they won't be notified of when to use it, how to use it, all this shit. It's literally baked into the infrastructure of it, and they're just like, all right, you have no choice. You're using this now. So like, yeah, like they won't have the option to sign up for it, and they have all control over it. The customer won't have any control over that Fed Now, the system that they'll be using. Yeah, and Citibank basically like worked with global companies, with global other banks. Sorry, Citibank worked with other global banks and Federal Reserves to do test runs for months and determined that there will be no legal implications of converting your deposits into assets. So they basically did their little homework during their test runs. Now, were we even notified of these test runs? No, nobody knew about their test runs that they've been doing for months globally, apparently. And a lot of the other banks globally are adopting this. And yeah, so for them, there will be no legal implications. So they've covered their ass. So people can't even come after them for setting this in motion or have a say in it, to refuse it. You refuse it, you're not using that bank, you're literally cut off. I'm not sure what the hell is going to happen with your assets in that
Your
bank.
assets are probably going to turn digital, and then you won't be able to get them out. No, this is what they would do, right? Imagine. So let's say, okay, or you have good amount. It's your bank. It's your regular bank. You got like $5,000 to $10,000 sitting in there.
You guys have $5,000 to $10,000.
If let's say in a good world. I got $5. It's in your bank, and then all of a sudden Citibank is like, oh, we're a digital currency now. And you're like, no, I don't want to do it. Okay, here's your digital currency. Where the fuck are you going to take it? Where are you going to go with it?
It's invisible.
It's a digital currency that probably now only the banks in it, because remember, it's not Bitcoin. It's not Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Doge. It's not something that is going to be accepted in other places. You're screwed.
Yeah.
They turn that into digital currency, guess what? You're locked. You don't like it? Too bad. Now you don't have money.
Now you don't have money, and you have no relationship to that bank. That bank will cut you off. Be like, okay, goodbye.
Then what do? You move to another bank that's doing the same thing.
Yeah, you move to another bank that's doing the same thing, but how are you even going to move to another bank with they have all your assets
You're right.
from the first one? You just lost your whole life basically.
Well, like the other thing is we don't even know. Can you pull this currency out to actual cash?
We don't even know that. We don't even know that
What's
yet.
the surcharge fee, right? Like they're probably going to
Yeah.
charge you an arm and a leg. Like even if some places will allow it, like you're probably going to have to get a new card.
Yeah, and
Well,
'Cause
the
this is gonna
goal
go
is
up.
to get rid of cash.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the goal is to get rid of cash because, well, Citi is not apparently the only one doing this. Multiple other banks are trying to do this. One of the other ones, so Citi basically rolled this out, right?
Yeah.
Um, the other one that is waiting for approval,
Don't say Bank of America.
Bank of America,
Oh, on there.
is one of
I
them.
hate Bank of America. Dude.
The other one that's also, this is one of the biggest ones,
I'm gonna say Wells Fargo.
my Wells Fargo. The other one, there's another one as well. This is also on the list of the big ones.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan Chase is also, they have already created. They have already gone. They've already done everything. They've created the block. So there's gonna be blockchain based digital deposit token, and they've all gone through all the phases apparently, and now they're just waiting for the approval to launch it.
See,
Bro,
I
where
just-
is, like, so they're doing everything, and the public doesn't even know shit, and all they will hear is,
guess what? Here it is.
here it is, we are live.
Yep. Yep. Your dollars are no longer dollars; they're currency. Well, I mean, so it makes a smart move for the economic status of the U.S. And now it's gonna screw over a lot of people. Now the dollar, as a lot of us know, the dollar is becoming absolutely useless.
Absolutely useless.
We owe so much money to other countries.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So if the dollar is no longer there and we have a new currency, it's no longer the dollar. Who do we owe?
And the other thing is that, so U.S. banks and whatnot are doing this, but the first one that basically launched it was Australia.
Really?
Australia are the first ones that, yeah, they've already established this, and everyone is they're pushing towards a cashless society all throughout Australia. They've launched this already. So I don't
crazy.
know what the ramifications are. I don't know how people are dealing with this in Australia. I don't, to be honest. But yeah, it's in full effect in Australia. And yeah,
I mean, that makes no surprise. Australia, they locked them in their houses during COVID. So
They put them in camps.
yeah.
There
And
you
this
go.
and Fed now is believed to be the infrastructure, the underlying infrastructure for CBDC, central bank digital currency. For people that don't know what CBDC is, wake up, do your homework on it. Very important that you know what it is. Very important that you know what it's going to do to the American people and their money. Very important that you know what it means to us. I would say, in my honest opinion, I would say it is horrible for us, for the American people. But there are pros and cons of it. Now, I'll go ahead and list the pros and cons, and you can decide for yourself if the pros outweigh the cons or the other way around. But yeah, I mean, before we get to that, like, Australia launching this, is that even a surprise?
I mean, not really. Like after how they handled COVID, like so aggressively, and yeah, like literally forcing people in homes, like Kevin was saying, in camps, and I mean, through the forefront of it. I mean, Australia only started as a prison. Why change it now? So I mean,
Oh man, that was good.
that's a little
Yeah, that
history
was-
lesson for you guys if you don't know.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey.
I paid attention.
They
and,
gave up their guns too,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so you
God.
can't fight.
Oh yeah, Australia is
Oh
definitely going
my
to be.
God.
That's what you're going to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to Australia in the next coming years, and
Yeah, it's literally what you just said.
it's a good test run.
It was a prison. Why change it now?
Yep.
It's literally that. You take away people's uh, rights to be able to fight back
Yep.
for their freedom,
You take their defense, and then you take their assets. Now what
Yeah.
do they have?
and now,
A wanting hand.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your assets for the day.
now you're rationing people out,
Yep.
Eat these bugs, peasant.
basically.
Centipedes again.
It's like a Snowpiercer. You ever
Yeah,
seen that movie?
and the Federal Reserve
I've
is
heard of that
sitting
movie,
out
never
here
seen it.
in the U.S. The Federal Reserve is sitting out here and saying that the Fed now is actually good for the people. This is the narrative that they're going by.
Oh, of course.
This is the narrative that they're going by. The Federal Reserve is good for the people because it will make instant payments faster. People will no longer have to wait for payments to be for the payments to be available. There will be no lag time, no nothing, and your assets will be available to you much faster.
That's so
That's
great.
the narrative that they're going by. It's going to make people's lives much easier. They won't be dealing with the hassle. This is a person to person. This is a bank to person transfer through and through instantly. There is no lag time, basically. That's the narrative that they're going by, bro.
I've never.
I mean,
once...
they couldn't come up with something better.
Right. Like, oh gosh, I gotta wait till Friday to get paid. I've only been doing that for 31 years.
Yeah, and coincidentally, like the same BS Fed now type of shit
Yeah.
is also rolled out. Like the other countries that rolled it out is Nigeria, and apparently it failed horribly in Nigeria. Nigeria rolled it out. China rolled it out. I mean, I think we already were aware
Oh, yeah,
of China
China.
doing this.
China's doing great.
And yeah, there's
China great. China great. That's if we were in the podcast in China. China great. China great. China number one. Is that two? Is that too forward? Is that two? Is that two?
no, I think you hit
Right
the
on
nail.
the-
Yeah,
Okay,
hit the nail right on the head.
Don't come at me. I'm 1/16 Chinese. All right. I can say what I want.
Oh,
Kevin, do I
man.
have the approval?
Oh,
You're not
man.
Chinese,
If-
but
Fact check approved.
thank you. See, we're fine.
God damn it. Oh man, the fact check.
He is
I
the
just-
fact check. Whenever we need to ask something, we're just gonna do it like that. We're gonna ask Kevin, fact checked, approved, every time, and you can't say it's false. All right. So
Yeah.
I would know.
see, he would know.
I help Facebook with their fact checks.
See, oh wow, he's on it. He's really on it then.
Wow.
And any comments that aren't fact checked, they're
Yeah.
gonna be deleted,
Wow.
just like Facebook.
So there's no room for errors then.
None. Everything is
Absolutely not.
100% true on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you believe
No
otherwise,
false information.
none. What was
Yeah.
his name?
So what does it mean for us and the future?
It's yeah, like we said, off China. If those who don't know how China works, they have a social credit score. That's what it's called, social credit score.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much in China, they have a is theirs a digital currency still? Or do they still have
That's-
paper money?
I believe they have
They
paper.
pay everything through like an app, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow, through an app. Okay, so some
So
form of a
basically, yeah.
digital way. And this very much is true to where like in China, if you move wrong in China, you are punished by not getting the same money. Your money could be frozen like that. They have power in
you
those
want to
sort
get
of
to
ways.
work the next morning and you need a taxi?
No, you're
Sorry,
walking.
buddy.
Hope your knees are fine.
Yeah.
Well, there was a video that I saw. It was like, because they have CCTV cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So one morning you jaywalk, let's just say, the camera picks you up jaywalking, and they've been running facial recognition software for a long fucking time.
Mhm.
And they basically find you, and then, oh, that's a ticket, and they'll just take the money out of your account for jaywalking, just automatically.
Wow.
That was ironic.
Okay. Which one of you cocksuckers
Guilty.
had the goddamn car horn on just now?
Is mine. It was is mine.
Was that a coincidence or was that timed?
China's listening.
Was that-
That's what that is. China is listening.
I told you to delete TikTok.
Okay, so I don't
No.
know. I don't know for everyone that doesn't know what just happened. Basically, one of us had.
I don't think it picked up. Yeah, my phone honked.
Yeah, there you go.
It's because of the parking.
Anthony's Anthony's phone just honked. It was a car horn.
My taxi's here.
And yeah, ironically, we're talking about this whole getting to work, taxi, and then jaywalking and whatnot. And this guy just
The phone was a paid actor.
Oh man. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's soon to be for us.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, this ties into like basically going a little bit more deeper into what I was talking about earlier. So coming back basically full circle and whatnot. CBDC, right?
yeah,
FedNow is basically a underlying infrastructure for CBDC, because CBDC is something that has somewhat been introduced. People are kind of becoming aware of it now, but that's if you do digging.
yeah,
They're not covering this in mainstream media. No, they're not.
no,
But if you keep your eyes peeled back and your ears open, then and do a little bit of digging, that's when you find out that hey, there's this thing called CBDC, a central bank digital currency that they're trying to roll out. And if that happens, physical dollar, physical cash as we know it will disappear. Now, for everyone, what is CBDC? So central bank digital currency, a digital currency system. For example, it'll be like Bitcoin, but unlike Bitcoin, which is not regulated, this will be something that's going to be regulated by the government,
the one thing we did,
and it'll be controlled by the government.
yeah, the one thing we definitely loved with every other cryptocurrency was it wasn't regulated by a central bank.
Mhm.
This is literally in the hands of a central bank.
Yeah. So now, literally, so what this means basically. So before going into that, actually, let me just say that in May of 2020, only 35 countries were considering a CBDC, whereas now, countries 114 countries are exploring the CBDC option. So they're not only going to do this in US, but because of the influence, because of the, and we'll go into this too, because I have a bunch to unload. World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. And the reason why I said that twice is because I wanted to emphasize it. Look this up. Do your research on it. If you don't know what World Economic Forum is, you should know it, because that's where they make shit like this happen globally. The reason why it was 35 countries before, and now 114 countries are banding together to make this a thing. And currently 60 countries are in advanced stages of basically implementing a CBDC. 60 out of the 135 countries in 2020 were exploring it. Then come full circle now, 114, and now out of the 35 that were exploring it, and now it's becoming 114, 60 of them is in advanced stages, and they're going to be just like Australia and whatnot, deploying it soon, ready to roll. They're going to be launching it soon enough all throughout the country like that. And well, that's so some of the other countries in the past like 2 years that have already done it fully, Australia being one of them and whatnot, China, Jamaica, Saint Lucia, and like these are just some of them. Some of them that's already like they're full effect. They're doing it throughout their country. They have rolled
Jamaica's
out CBD.
even one of them.
Yep, Jamaica's one of them. CBDC is in full effect in Jamaica.
Wow.
Basically a cashless society. Yeah, that's what it is. We were talking about this earlier. The top 5 banks. Yeah, the J.P. Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Citi, Bank of America, PNC being one of them. These are all banks that if you think, oh, well, it's fine, they're banks. They're still gonna care about us, and we will, we have a good relationship with the bank and this and that. We're not gonna lose our money. Think again, because these banks basically work for the government. The government, I'll go into it. Yeah. So basically, the government dictates the rates for these banks, gives them the money, bails them out when they are in a tight spot. For example, like what happened with the San Francisco Bank.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were absolutely
Huge
underwater.
Bank. Huge bank in San Francisco. That bank, they were. I don't. What was the name of the goddamn bank? It was like San Francisco Bank or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think it was just called like the San Francisco. Oh gosh,
whatever
what
it
the
was.
name of
So,
that bank
anyways,
directly?
I'm sure if you guys just look up the San Francisco Bank crisis or something like that, you'll know what I'm talking about. So that bank, basically, what happened with them was they went deep underwater and whatnot, and they had to basically file bankruptcy and whatnot. And guess what? The government comes in, bails them the hell out, and now they're doing fine, just fine. And they didn't have to suffer for too long. They didn't have to go through the whole that whole crisis for too long, because what happened was, just like the rest of the banks, they're working for the government. Yeah. Silicon Valley Bank. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was. Silicon Valley Bank in San Francisco. So yeah, just like that. So bails them out, works with them, and these banks that work with the government, they work with the government on a daily basis more with them than they do with their customers. Can you believe that?
Oh yeah. Well, because I mean, like any other bank, even now when we still have cash, like all you are is just an asset, because banks just take your money now, and they essentially just gamble it away, make big money moves off of your assets, and then just keep on moving. And they constantly keep making a bigger play off of what you have. And now it's with digital currency. Now it's just like you don't even know it's gone. It'll be that fast.
Yeah, it'll be that fast. And like I mentioned earlier, remember, I said they won't even know. Customers won't even know
when it's happened. It'll just be something there. Like you'll have to read through the terms of service to see. Like that's the type of shit that's annoying. That's the type of stuff that you need to focus on. That's the type of thing you need to read on. You need to learn about. When it's things that they don't give you in your face, detail, this is what's changing, it's because it's not in your benefit. If they're not telling it to you directly of the steps you need to take and how it's going to work, it's not going to benefit you.
Right. I mean,
you got to read through the terms of service, and who the fuck does that? I scroll to the bottom and hit accept every time. Never once have I read the terms of service.
There's a lot of things that basically just like this brings concerns, right? The more you look into it, the more concerns, the more questions you start to have, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so basically, like some of the questions, okay, so let me just ask you your thoughts.
Sure.
By implementing this CBDC, does this violate your privacy, or how much of it, or any at all? Do you think that this will have any effect on your privacy?
I mean, yeah. At the bottom line, I mean, when you really boil it down, yeah, because everything you do that has to do with any form of money transaction, you can't give cash, right? Like a lot of things most people buy is online, and all that is traceable.
Right.
But now it's like there is no option. So if I wanted to buy anything and I was like, well, I'm going to buy it with cash, or I have cash,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter. And even more or less, like, not even just the visibility of what I'm buying, because a lot of people are going to be like, I don't give a shit if they know I'm buying a dildo. That's going to be people's thought. This will be the first time. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm buying those underwear. Okay, that's great. But then when it comes down to the privacy of, like, what if it's used against you? What if it's used and, like, all of a sudden now it's like public knowledge, or you don't have it anymore. They now see, like, say you're buying something, they're like, oh, we don't want you to buy that. Like, that might be a far stretch. But I see it as an invasion of privacy, because the same reason we have shutters on windows, so you don't have to see inside.
Yeah.
It's my money. I don't need prying eyes to know of every single transaction, where I'm going, what I'm doing with it. And it's just, a lot of people see, this is the problem. A lot of people are like, well, what's the big deal? What? It's a step.
Okay. Well, let me just chime in on that. Say you're going to a new job interview, and the interviewer asks you, a bunch of questions and this and that, what's your job experience, this and that, blah blah, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes down to the topic of, because now it's become normalized, right? Now CBDC is a thing. Now it's become normalized. Now your privacy is no longer your privacy, and your transactions are public knowledge now, and they can go as far as to ask you, so sir, we see. Can you give us a list of what your transactions were from this time to this time, and so what were you doing here? How much, and why did you spend this much money here?
Yeah.
Like, they could literally ask you anything.
Yeah. I mean, that's if this stuff
Like,
becomes
imagine
not,
someone,
like,
an
public.
interviewer asks you that. Like, what's your first reaction?
Like, that's crazy. Like, I'd be crazy. I'd be like, what do you mean? Like, that's literally what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I would legit be offended. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? You're looking at my transactions.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if this is actually going to be, like, public, right? Like, when this all hits, like, I don't know if anybody, like, if it's going to be like a blockchain, like they're stating. And for those who don't know, you can go on a blockchain and see the transactions. Now, the only transactions you see are dollar amounts and types of currency, because it's crypto. If it contains that same way, then that might be, again, saying we don't have a choice. Maybe that's okay. That's tough my foot there, buddy.
But also, I think the something to note is that, like, you guys are talking about different levels to this game that we'll be playing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, they're mentioning different levels and different scenarios for different levels, sort of like how far things get rolled out. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I mean, how far can they go with this, right? So some of this is like speculation, right?
True. Yeah.
It's speculation, and it's uh fair to speculate. It is fair to stay paranoid, because we don't know what their goals are. We don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
They,
Right.
I mean, how much? As far as I'm concerned, they don't give two shits about the American people. Not, at least not the people that are sitting there filling their pockets up in the government.
Right.
Not the people that are sitting there filling their pockets up in these big ass corporations. People like Larry Fink, or people like George Soros and whatnot, and all these people's. I mean, if you don't know them, go ahead and search them up. Companies like BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, you name it. Just like all these the big pharmas and everyone, all of these people that are sitting at the big top, at the top of the top and whatnot, and they're just like sitting there eating it up and pocketing it, right? Really think, how much do they give two shits about you, the common folk?
Yeah.
I think the main thing is to protect what privacy that, like, we have already, right? So, fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, and like, how important is privacy to you? To be honest, If privacy is not that important to you, if you're one of those people and you're just like going on nonchalant about your day and you're just like, I don't have nothing to hide. It doesn't matter if you have nothing to hide.
Yeah, that's always the argument, right? Oh, what do you have to hide? Oh, what do you... Nothing. But I also have fucking shutters on my windows too.
Yeah. You
And
don't
you lock the
have
door.
to.
Right. Right. Like if you
Everyone
had
locks their
nothing to
door.
hide, all right, leave your front door open. Don't have any fucking windows in your house. How about that?
Okay, so everyone has a right to privacy, and we should keep that privacy.
Yeah, I agree.
And the other thing is, the other question that I basically had is like, let me ask you guys, okay? The other thing was, like, what this CBDC rolling out and launching and whatnot, you think your freedom is being attacked? Your freedom is being threatened.
Kevin?
Sorry, what's the question?
CBDC being rolled out.
Yeah.
Do you think with the implementation of this, it is going to have an effect on you, on your freedom, and do you think it threatens your freedom?
Oh yeah, like
Bro, this means control. This means control over your finances. This means control over your money. This means control over your hard-earned goddamn dollars
Your digital dollars.
that now has been transformed into digital dollars that don't mean jack shit now, and they can even control the digital dollars that don't even fucking exist, that is up in the air. God damn it. Now they can control that too. So that means more control, less freedom for you. That's how I think about it. Now, what are your thoughts on it?
so say like the government moves in the socialist direction that is moving, right? And like let's say, we're recording this podcast and one of us says something unsavory according to the government. Now they can reach their greedy little hands into your account and be like, we don't like what you said.
Yeah,
We're gonna take some money away.
And this is tying back to basically what China's doing. Like they're monitoring your transactions now. Like now, every transaction of yours is public knowledge. Maybe not. I don't know public knowledge, but sure, it's going to be maybe public knowledge too if it's going to be like blockchain, like you said. But it is going to be definitely government knowledge.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the government will have eyes on that.
The government and then every sector, every other basically small groups that is a subgroup that is part of the government, an extension of the government, will have access to those transactions as well. And even if let's say some of them don't, those corporations, because of how big they are, they can literally go and ask them.
They already share the information anyways.
Yeah.
Like when you search with ad tracking, when you search anything up, like the big companies, they're already sharing this information.
This is
anyways.
true. I mean, didn't Mark Zuckerberg go in? This was something that.
Oh yeah, when he was on court saying
Yeah.
that he wasn't, selling people's information.
Yeah.
Senator, I'm not sure if
He was asked.
Fucking lizard.
He was
man.
asked basically like, hey, how much does your privacy mean to you? Like, if you would it be okay with you if we saw your private text messages? And he was like, no. So he was like, so what makes it okay for other people's private text messages on Facebook's platform to be shared publicly or to another corporation or to the government? What makes it okay? If you're not okay with yours, what makes it okay for you to share other people's?
Right. And they were in close cahoots with what was the CIA, was it not?
Yeah.
I think that was it's CIA and FBI or something like that. And I mean,
The FBI is.
oh, they're in shambles. They're in shambles.
Let me
dog.
tell you something. There's this guy named Vivek Ramaswamy that is the next presidential candidate for 2024. Get used to his name. Search this guy up, Vivek Ramaswamy. Some of the things that he is saying, he is exploding. Some of the things that he is saying, this guy, I am for it. Because some of the things that he's saying, it ties back to the CIA and whatnot and FBI. What he is going to do with the FBI and whatnot, and what he said basically about the FBI is true. What he said was basically the FBI
is literally useless pieces of shit that are not doing jack shit. They're not doing their job that they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, they had a recent scandal, did they not? Where they were like lying like hella. I think they had like a hearing, and again, that wasn't something that was way in public knowledge. I believe it happened a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Where like some senators were talking about, certain obligations that they were supposed to be fulfilling and that they weren't. The people on the stand didn't really have much to say.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was talking. He said some really great things. Vivek Ramaswamy, like 2024 presidential candidate for the Republican Party. I don't know if you guys know about him much, but
I've heard his name.
yeah,
I've heard his name.
If you don't know him, get to know him. He might say some really crazy stuff at times, but the crazy things have some explanations as well. And if you keep an open mind about it to actually give the guy a chance to hear him out, he'll make sense to you. He'll make sense to you. Now, I'm not saying I'm 100% for this guy, for the next president and whatnot, because I have yet to decide on that. And I don't know if I'm going to vote for someone like him until I see everything.
Yeah.
But he is definitely someone that you should keep on your radar. That might be good for this country, to be honest. I honestly think he is someone that you should keep on your radar that might be good for the country. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say go ahead and support this guy full-heartedly.
Well, I'll
Do
say
your research on the guy.
on the election portion.
Yeah.
I don't think votes gonna matter this go around.
Well, that's the other thing, Yeah. I don't know.
Well, with the whole like with the amount of like with the mass amounts of immigrations that's happened,
dude.
And I think they're like automatic. They're trying to give all these people like
Voting
an actual
status?
voting status. These are people that don't even speak English. They don't speak English, right? And did you hear that some of these people?
This is the goddamn Democrats trying to weasel their way into getting another goddamn Democratic president, like getting either Joe Biden elected for another term,
or somebody else,
with because they already know the American people have woken the hell up, and they're not going to vote again for Biden. So now they're trying to figure out different avenues, different routes of, oh shit, how are we going to get uncontested votes?
Yeah. Well, so like they were giving the voting status of like a lot of the illegal immigrants that are coming over, and like so some of these illegal immigrants again came directly from a country that is not native of speaking English, had perfectly written English signs saying we're tired of. How the fuck did you write that in English when you can't even speak it? You want me to write something in Spanish and I don't even know Spanish. Like it's so
Oh my God.
it's so blatantly obvious. Not to get completely off this tangent, but it's just I wouldn't count on the next election is going to look real janky. That's all I'm saying. And you heard it here. Watch the next election be a weird landslide.
The last one was fucking janky too.
It was, but this one's going to be worse, dude. And the only another thing I heard was something about like how they were going to try and implement. What the fuck?
All right, buddy. What did I say on the last episode?
All right.
What did I say on the last episode? All right, you know what? There's going to be a goddamn... The hammer is coming down.
On my phone. No.
No more goddamn phones on this damn show.
It's on silent. So the next thing they were going to say was, I think it's if martial law or something like that is implemented,
yeah,
the election is no longer null and void. So, if martial law was implemented,
So are you saying that they want to create so much civil unrest
that martial law has to be enforced, which would then cause the election to no longer be a thing?
Uh-huh.
So you can't.
So does it like void it?
Yeah.
Is that
So
what it is?
I
Well,
don't
that's why
quote
they're
me on
going
this.
for the no voter ID shit, right?
Well,
So
no. I think because during martial
Voter
law,
ID's racist.
you can't. There's no longer an election, I believe. No, I don't know. We'd have to fact check this. But during martial law, you cannot have. There's no election. Whoever's in presidency
Just keeps the presidency.
just keeps the presidency until martial law
Mm-hmm.
is no longer
undeclared.
undeclared.
Damn.
Why don't we use the goddamn police to make sure that these
Oh, they're going
election
to be part of the martial law. What do you mean?
dude, that's the thing. That's
They're
what I'm
not-
trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. They're going to use the police in the most worst way possible,
Absolutely.
but instead of using them properly,
Oh, of
instead of
course.
using them to make the elections fair and square, they're gonna make it what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is the point that I came across last time. Was, are these people gonna do the right thing and not follow orders? Essentially.
Yeah. And a few probably will. And it'll honestly cost them probably a lot, if not everything. So, yeah, I don't know.
Tricky situation.
It's going to be horrible. And
Yeah.
and honestly, like, this even all ties in together with all of this whole, Citibank starting to move, and now Bank of America and all the others moving to this cryptocurrency blockchain shit. It's only going to cause more distress, more chaos, because people are going to start to see that what people were saying 3 years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, is coming to fruition. And now they're seeing the light. And they're like, oh, shit.
How much do you guys want to bet? How much do you guys want to bet? Bet my bottom dollar right now. The CBDC will be launched in full effect right before the election.
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, they can't do another
because
COVID,
imagine,
so.
because imagine the chaos that it is going to. it
Oh,
is
yeah,
going
the
to create.
confusion and
The
everything.
confusion, the chaos, and everything that is going to create. Imagine that.
Yeah, if they don't try martial law and they do, crazy thing, change the whole economic status, and then people can't, they're like, oh my gosh, economic status, and all of a sudden voting's happening, swept under the rug.
Yep.
Sleight of hand.
So, just to bring it back a little bit, okay? Back to the CBDC, and then what I mentioned earlier about the pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
So here are some of the pros and cons of it, basically.
Sure. Yeah. Let's hear the pros.
So here's what they're saying. This is what the pros are. Here's what they're saying. Increased payment efficiency. Complement current form of money and financial services. Deter criminal activity. Improve international payment options. Potentially reduce net transaction cost. Benefiting lower income households.
Oh, I love how they added
Oh.
that in there.
What
oh,
the fuck?
Oh yeah, that last one hits home, doesn't it?
Is that a pro they put?
This is this is from them. This is from
Okay.
the government, basically.
Potentially.
I love how when they
narrative
added
that they're going by.
the criminal activity part, except
Yeah.
they took themselves out of the equation.
And like AOC, you guys know who she is. The Democrat senator or
New York.
Republic, of New York,
Oh, okay.
AOC. What is it? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or whatever. Ocasio-Cortez,
Oh,
whatever.
okay. Oh, okay. Her initials are AOC. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's just, everyone calls her AOC, goes by AOC, whatever. Anyway,
She got them batshit crazy
bro,
eyes. You ever seen
bad
that?
shit, bro. That she is one of the people that is like so for it, so for the CBDC. She's sitting there, that it's going to make people's lives a lot easier. People won't have to wait on their payments to be to hit their banks and whatnot. And yeah, it's just like
Oh.
she thinks she's like speaking
Oh,
for
what is that one in the red? Oh.
No, so
I'm not gonna
yeah,
sleep tonight.
we needed to see it. We needed to see it.
I don't know if I wanted to see it anymore. Jesus.
Yeah. So here are the cons. Ready for it?
Oh, those were
Those
we
are
are
the pros. Those
Wow.
are
We thought those were the cons.
I'm scared now.
Uh-oh.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. No, those are the pros apparently. Okay. Here are the cons. So could create instability.
Uh-huh.
Check.
Effectiveness of monetary policy may deteriorate.
Check.
Operational difficulties.
Check.
What?
Cybersecurity risks.
Oh hell yeah.
What? Wait.
Loss of privacy. Losing ability to transact anonymously.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I feel
One-
like these all have contradicted the pros.
Yeah.
They just
basically.
said cybersecurity issue when they just said, oh, it's going to deter criminal activity. How? How are we deterring it and we now have a risk?
So, am I crazy, or should these be flopped? Am I crazy, or should these be just
Sounds like
flopped?
it's going to ensue criminal activity.
Like, how are
Difficulty
maybe not flopped,
transactions?
but
How's that
basically-
going to help the bottom household?
yeah, I don't know, man.
Monetary, what was it?
So,
monetary
I'm-
what? What was that one again? Monetary what?
But, effectiveness of monetary policy may deteriorate.
The policy of monetary what? That just sounds like the whole amount is going to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean it's basically the dollar, the effectiveness of dollar basically going to deteriorate. Yes, yes, it
It
won't.
spells it out.
I'm sorry, it won't deteriorate. It will disappear.
That just spells it out. Some dork with a fucking flipper zero is going
Like-
to steal my money off my
And the
wallet.
other thing is, bro, like cybersecurity one,
God damn it.
cybersecurity one is just like, if anything, cybersecurity risk is huge on this.
Yeah, it's going to be, that's what I'm saying.
Do you know, for people that don't know what the hell is going on in the cybersecurity sector?
Oh my God, it's a nutshell.
Let me just say this, that there are, I believe that there was about, if I don't quote me on this, but I believe there was 1,000 or so cybersecurity attacks happening every day.
Oh, without a doubt, I would assume that. Without a shadow of a doubt, I would assume at least 1,000.
Every day.
I mean, what the big ones recently was MGM, completely hacked. That wasn't in main news. I
Yeah.
mean, some people heard about it because it was, they had to shut down MGMs.
All
and there was another.
MGMs.
What was the other one that was just recently hacked?
And this is MGMs globally.
Yeah, MGM was hacked to the. And you know the crazy part is they got in through what did they get? They got in through something really obscure, and it wasn't even anything super. It was like a printer or something like that. It was like.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This whole CBDC thing, the whole goddamn Fed Now thing, City rolling it out and whatnot. JP Morgan Chase is literally waiting on fucking approval to
Yeah.
roll it out and whatever. Yeah, man. I feel like it is going to be a mess.
It's scary. It's scary to think about it.
Yeah.
To think of the amount of power somebody else will have with a very, very important asset that you own, that you no longer really have power over it. It's just, you hope, because you don't, like, at any time. Most people, so I can already see what a lot of people will say in reaction to it. It's like, oh, they can see what you're doing. Oh, they can, and it's, like small little steps. But before you know it, how far before you find it to be a problem? Now you can't go back.
Yep.
It's when you start to ask questions, when the small changes happen, you start to really open your eyes and learn. Don't let it go so far to the
Yeah.
point to where now it's just, okay, they can see transactions, you don't have privacy. Well, now they can change when your transactions come. Oh, okay, that's weird. All right, that's fine. Now they can see. Now they can dictate how much your transactions come. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. You had time. You need to think about it now. You need to think about these things now. Now, here's the other thing. What choice do we have? What choice do you really have? That's the part that
Speak out
crushes
about it.
me personally.
So now would be the time for everyone to wake up to it, to be knowledgeable about this, band together, just like you did with BLM.
Just don't burn shit down, please.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Just stop being violent and shit. Like, it's not going to help. It really isn't. Like, but
Why'd you look at me? Why'd you look at me? I didn't burn anything down. I didn't steal anything. I wasn't rioting. Oh.
But yeah.
This can't go on TikTok now. You're gonna take it down.
Yeah, man. They wanted to protest about all kinds of fucking bullshit, right? They wanted to protest about all kinds of things that they had problems with.
And then burn down their own city.
Yeah, burn down their own city, but
What the
something
fuck?
that is actually going to be bad for the American people. They're literally going to just be psyoped about it.
Yeah.
They're literally going to just be nonchalant about it and have the mentality of, oh, well, I don't really care. I don't really have anything to hide.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're going to turn my money into digital stuff. All right, well, fine. It's just
As long as I
fast.
still get paid.
Yeah, as long as I still get paid and now it's going to make my transactions faster. I don't have to wait on my money for so long. Dude, what?
And I think another problem is so much of the American people, they're tired. They're tired. They've been beat up. We've been run through. We've been, just put through shit, pandemics, first-time life events, one after another. The economic crisis, we've been just like dragging on. Constant fear of the government shutdown that now has been extended for 45 days again. It's just a time and time again. And I feel like a lot of the American people are just really tired, and they're rolling over. At this point, I feel like a lot of American people are rolling over and like, I'm done. Just do it. And that's checkmate.
Yeah.
A lot of people are tired. And I don't blame them for being tired, but if
Yeah.
you're tired and you're like, look, whatever, don't fucking bitch when it happens.
Yeah.
When shit really hits the fan and when it really gets bad, don't complain. Smile and nod because, you got to be tough. You got to know you got to get up every day, and it could be a fight. But if it's something you want, if you're like, dude, I just don't like how this is, you have to stick to that. You have to know. You have to, dude, I don't like this. I don't like how this is going.
I agree.
And a voice and opinion is great, but actions speak volume.
Yeah, I agree. And one other thing, just a quick little other fact. Basically, federal salaries, retirement benefits, Social Security, supplemental income payments, federal tax payments, and refunds, and veterans payments will all be processed solely using FedNow. These are
That's a lot to put
Yeah.
in one spot.
all of them. That's in effect for them first.
That's a lot in one spot. Weren't they supposed to be getting rid of the
And they don't have any choice.
the what was it? The IRS? Wasn't there supposed to be word of them abolishing? That's probably what that is going to be. There's no abolishing the IRS. It's going to turn into that. It's Fed now. It's all just a joke. Oh yay, taxing. No, it's Fed now.
Yeah. So, anyways, man, yeah. This was just basically something that was on my radar that I came across, and I thought it was kind of important to discuss, man. I thought it was a little important I thought it was important, very important to
Yeah, it's
discuss.
very important.
And bring it to the people's attention and bring it to if you're not already aware of it, and just get you guys' thoughts on it, and hope we've woken some people up to this, and they are a little bit more knowledgeable about this now, and be vocal about it, man. Be vocal about it. Be vocal about it because this is going to affect everyone in a big way.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to make it seem really slight, even if it does become slight in, say, the first year. 2 years. And
Yep.
it's like, wow, look how great this is. There's nothing wrong. And then the changes happen gradually, like they always do. It'll be a little bit here, a little bit here, a little update there, a little can't go to the market now.
Mhm.
If I can't get my OnlyFans accounts, God damn it. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Bree, don't kill me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, bro, you're sleeping on the couch now.
Sleeping on the porch.
The government doesn't need to know how much I spend on cinnamon
Exactly.
every Saturday night.
What are you doing with all that cinnamon?
God
Is that her stripper name?
I'll leave it up to your imagination.
Oh, that's pretty fire. Cinnamon. Cinnamon name? Cinnamon?
Cinnamon,
Cinnamon?
cinnamon.
She probably gives people the burn.
Can't confirm.
I got something to fix that. It's called a cream, baby. I got that ointment.
God damn. Well, all right, guys. That's
Is it for us?
we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and wrap it up. That just about covers the topic, I think. And we'll bring it to a close. Any final thoughts? Any final opinions? Anything you guys want to impart to our listeners, to our viewers?
No, not really. Just, if you guys are definitely struggling now on the way things are, buckle up. And, not to scare people, but, buckle up. Do your knowledge. Now's the time to not to waste time.
Yep.
If you have anything in mind, you're like, damn, I want to do this. I want to try this. I just say, shoot for the stars. And what's the saying? Shoot for the stars unless you hit the moon or something?
No,
not-
don't botch that, boy. Don't botch it.
I don't know it, but whatever
So-
that saying is, just do that and don't.
Shoot for the stars. So if you miss, you land on the moon.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. Do that.
Yeah. Do that, goddammit.
Do that. And I know it's really hard, believe me. And there's a lot of opportunity out there for a lot of people, and there's nowhere near enough time for me to discuss all the sort of opportunities, but just do your research, be mindful, and just do what you can. Because like we were saying earlier, you get one turn on this Ferris wheel, and a lot of people are going to suffer for some of it, but try and do the best you can.
Yep. All right, man. Thanks, Kev. You got anything you want to impart to our listeners, to our viewers? Any final thoughts, concerns?
Get you a cinnamon in your life.
Oh, get you some of that cinnamon.
Now, I don't know what that could kind of refer to. Is that a stripper? Or
It's up to the
Is that code?
imagination.
oh, okay. That's definitely code for stripper.
Use your imagination and get you some cinnamon.
Kids, don't listen to this guy.
Well, if kids were getting strippers, I'm confused.
But yeah, by kids I meant adults, because I don't think this show is appropriate for kids. As a matter of fact, don't listen to this shit.
Yeah, if you're under 18, don't be listening to this. Well, if we're wrapping it up,
Yeah.
make sure you guys hit that like button if we're on YouTube, or if you're watching this anywhere else, hit the like, whatever, subscribe to wherever we're at. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram,
Yep.
YouTube, Spotify. See us on a lot of platforms there. We're going to be posting, every Saturday, yeah?
Every Saturday, we'll have our uploads. You'll see that episodes come live on Saturdays.
Nice.
I believe on all major platforms, our name is Crude Project. That's CRUDE Project. Look us up.
Sickest.
And
The number sickest.
the number sickest. So yeah, look us up and leave your likes, leave your comments. Comments are important.
We'd love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear from you. It is what's going to make us better, and we'll provide better content for you guys. We'll provide better feedback for you guys, and maybe we'll do depending on your comments, depending on your questions that you might leave for us. Leave us questions as well. It will and we'll answer them. Kev will be on that, and we'll we'll get back to you guys. It'll help us greatly if you share. Um, Man, we're just regular guys, just doing us and sharing a bit of information that we think is important for the American folks. And
We'd be
we'll
appreciated
hear,
if you share it.
yeah,